With my one-on-one mentoring, it's really developed over time. Initially, I started working with clients that were going through divorce, through separation, and that really came about through my experience working as a palliative care nurse, so supporting clients, the carers to grieve, to work through the grief cycle and the death that was going on around them. And I really found that my skills were transferable, and so I started working with lawyers and working in the divorce and the separation space, because it's actually the death of a relationship, and it requires the grief and the grieving process. And through doing that work, I've actually been very, very, very grateful, very honoured to be working with some children. I also worked with teenagers who have been affected by divorce, and then that's developed now into working with children, with teenagers who what I really teach is emotional intelligence, because we learn so much to be intellectual as we're growing up, which is really using that left side of the brain, that logical, getting more and more knowledge, but we don't actually get taught how to grieve or how to manage our own emotions. So a lot of my work I do is about teaching my clients how to grieve, how to work through the grief process, because we are actually all constantly dying. The cells in our body die, within our gut, everywhere, so we're constantly dying, our hair follicles, everything to grow. And in that process, we have to go through the 5 stages of grief. But when you don't understand it, and anger, anxiety, depression are very much a part of that grief process. But when you don't actually understand it, it can be very challenging. And so that also, I work with women, I work with men, I work with people that are very successful within their businesses, but actually have no work-life balance. So they're quite overwhelmed. They're working, 6-7 days a week, not seeing their family. And while they might be successful in, with money and doing really well in their career, when they actually strip everything back, they actually look at things and they realise that they're not happy. They're not really enjoying their life or living their life. And I call it a state of existing. So we're either living life or existing in life, and a lot of my clients have found that they've been very much just existing, getting through the emotions, saving for retirement. And I'm able to share my experience over the years and working in palliative care about how that a lot of clients that I've worked with have worked very, very hard their whole life, saving for retirement, putting all that money away, and then they've got this fabulous retirement plan worked out. And one incident that comes to mind is a couple that had organised a caravan, bought the caravan, they're going around Australia and they're extremely excited. And then it was the husband that actually retired, and then the wife had already retired a little bit earlier, and he actually got sick and he got cancer and he died. So all that they had been working through all of their life for wasn't actually able to be experienced. So I'm really about helping clients to shift back into that heart space of what do they really want. So it's about living life for today rather than waiting for the future, because who knows, we don't actually know whether we're going to get a future. So it's actually about living in the present and enjoying every part of that, so that we're living for the now rather than waiting for something to happen, waiting for the holidays, waiting for the retirement, waiting for the weekend. It's all about, really living now and getting the most out of life.